What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, I got something a little bit different for you guys. It's a little bit of a ground school kind of thing. So I'm going to teach you guys how to create your own custom trigger sounds and whatnot for DCS. This video, excuse me, guys, comes as a request of LX Mortal 4159. He watched my F-22 scramble video when I had the trigger going for the scramble alert and was curious how I got that going and asked if I could make a video showing how to do it. So I got you guys covered. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is whatever sounds that you guys want to use. So I have mine right here in the folder. So I got two different radio sounds that I'm going to be using. These are either going to be MP3, MP4, etc., etc., not supported by DCS. DCS supports .oog files, so that would be for any of your trigger sounds. You can change the playlist if you have the F14 module. You guys could do that just as well, but we're going to have to convert these over from what they are. So that's no problem. So let's jump into whatever browser of your guys' choosing. Let's pop into our converter. I have mine on my saved favorites. I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you guys for this converter. It's free, it's online, and it works wonderfully well. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to come into our trigger sounds folder that we have that we're going to use, and we're going to convert them over. So the one I'm going to dump over for you guys is going to sound like that. So let me play it back one more time for you. It's really quick. So we're going to want to use this in DCS. Okay, nice, short, sweet to the point. Let's turn this to an OOG file. So all we have to do is just drag it, drop it there. It's uploading. There we go. Start the conversion. And then just like that, here's our radio trigger.oog. So download. Okay, boom, it's in our downloads folder. Let's X out of our browser. Let's close that out. Okay, now let's come into our file explorer. Go into our downloads. All right, now here's our .oog file. So let's drag that to our desktop really quick. Let's just go to properties, and you can see, just to confirm, there's our .oog right there. So I have this folder here as a holding folder for our trigger sounds. So here are the OOG ones. Let's drag and drop that into there. So radio trigger 2X, or radio 2X trigger is what we're going to be looking for. So let's X out of that. Now, actually, let's not do that just yet. So what we're going to do with this now is let's go back into our file explorer. Go to this PC, local disk, go to your users, your saved games folder, DCS, and then come into missions. And now here's where we're going to put the .oog file for the sound. So let's find what we had here, copy, paste. Okay, now that's in there. Let's X out of both of those. Now let's launch DCS. So while that's doing its thing really quick, if it's your first launch of the day, it could take a couple of seconds longer. This one's not for me, so it should load up pretty quick. And we're going to create a brand new mission from Jump Street, just so you guys could see that the entire process. And I'll give you guys a quick look into how to set up one of the triggers. So I know those can be a little confusing sometimes. It took me a little bit to get a hold of it on how stuff works, and there are still aspects of it that I still don't know how they work just yet. So that's quite all right. So let's get rid of the SRS overlay really quick here. So let's go mission editor, create new. Let's clean that out. Okay, whoops. Let's add them to there. So once it populates everything, then we'll jump in and we'll set up the trigger. So here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is let's add an airplane. All right, that's gonna be us. Let's go take off from ramp. That's fine. Doesn't need it to be anything crazy for this. Let's add another airplane. Use it at a turning point. That's fine. Okay, so to add our trigger zone, what we're going to do is we're going to come down to this right here, create trigger zone, circle with an X in it. Let's click that, and then let's plant our trigger zone, which he's already inside. Let's drag that back a little bit. Okay, so we can name it. So let's name it test 1. And we can make it either circular or quad point. Usually I make the quad point ones so I can edit them the way I see fit, which is what we're going to do here. Okay, just like that. All right. So now from here, let's X out of that. Now you see our trigger zone's named test 1. So let's just add a heading for him so he flies through the trigger zone, not around it. And then let's come into this one here, the 2 circles, the third option down, rules for trigger. So let's click new, conditions new. Okay, so our type is going to be unit. For this one, it's going to be unit inside zone. It's going to be aerial 2 is the unit inside zone test 1. That's our trigger zone that we just created. So the action is let's create new. And then let's go a message to coalition. Trigger works. And then new. And we'll go sound to coalition. Blue. Now let's click open. So here's our radio 2x trigger that we just converted. Open that, okay. And then we can X out of this. Flight, fly mission. Yes, let's save our changes. Triggers. Okay. Okay, let's let this load up. We're going to be in a cold and dark A10, and we're just going to wait for the trigger to go off, which we'll get the message on the top right of the screen, and we'll also get the sound that we just created. So fly. All right, here we go. Let's just sit tight for a second. And then just like that, guys, there's your brand new trigger sound that you guys just created. I really hope you guys found that helpful. and enjoyed that, please like, comment, subscribe for more. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Head on over to the Discord server. I'm trying to build that up to some things. I want to start doing multiplayer fights with you guys. Let's see what we could do with it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. And until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.